and welcome back to the Spiritual Ascension podcast. My name is Mark on behalf of MetaGifts LLC. We are teaching you how to become a better version of yourself, multiply your energy, and protect your blessings. So before we jump into the content of this video, I wanted to start by giving a quick thank you to everybody who's watching this video and has watched the ones in the past. I can't thank you enough for the support you give me. It's really awesome. Recently, I was able to get some confirmation just from people that, quite a few people that I just know in my day-to-day life, telling me that they really love the videos I've been making, and they've been really great, positive, inspiring, whatever. And even people that I've come across and met have told me that they recognize me from my YouTube channel, which has been really awesome as well. So really happy to hear that the message is getting received. That makes me so happy. Thank you for watching. I really enjoy making these videos, so it is so amazing to hear that people actually enjoy watching them too. So with that being said, we're going to jump into this video and talk about something that is really beneficial and you are probably familiar with, but it would never hurt to be more familiar with this. So before I start, I'm going to ask you guys a question, and that is, are you stressed? Do you feel stuck? Do you feel like your circumstances or your life is holding you back? You feel like you might have been dealt a really crappy hand in your life and you're feeling angry or upset or resentful or bitter or stressed or some sort of negative energy, emotion type deal about your life and the hand you've been dealt, and your job or your life or your relationships or your friendships or your boss or your business or whatever the case might be. So let's say that you're frustrated. You probably said yes to that question. And if you didn't say yes, I guarantee at some point in your past, you could have said yes, even if you didn't realize it or not. You felt this feeling because this is so human and like so natural. And I know everybody goes through it, and I've gone through it too so many times. So that's why I'm bringing you guys this video. So if you guys said yes to that question and you have any experience feeling stuck, I'm going to share with you one quality that will change this more than any other quality, and this will in turn multiply your opportunities, open you up to so many more things. You'll become more receptive, and ultimately you will start taking advantage of these opportunities, and your life is going to start changing. So the quality I'm talking about is open-mindedness, which is like two words, open-mindedness. So I know that most people understand what open-mindedness means because it's almost pretty self-explanatory, but essentially we can understand open-mindedness by looking at closed-mindedness. If you have a closed mind, and when we talk about mind, we're referring to like our brain and our ideas and the things that we think about and our belief systems and just the things that go on mentally. And when we have a closed mind, we are generally very fast to shut down new ideas, and anything that isn't familiar with us in our big scope of knowledge and our experience, anything new that comes in gets pushed right away. And a lot of times it gets pushed right away. Sometimes, depending on how closed the mind is in a person, new ideas can be offensive, and they can be scary, they can be upsetting, they can shift your paradigm, they can shift your worldview, and they can be a little bit uncomfortable. But in order to learn how to open your mind, I feel like it's first preliminary, it's necessary to understand opportunities. And so let's say if we're in this situation to begin with where we need to open our mind, or we could benefit from doing so, we could say that perhaps we could use some opportunities or whatever. Maybe we're stuck in a circumstance where things aren't really changing, there's not much movement in our life. Maybe we've been working the same job for a long time, or maybe things are really rough with our boss or a relationship or something like that. It doesn't really matter what the case may be, but let's say that's going on. So you might start feeling stuck because you've been in this circumstance for so long. But what I want you to realize, which is so important, this is like drastic, in the modern age, this turn of the century, 2018, like, oh my goodness, this is the time to be alive. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this, that there are more opportunities right now on the planet. There are more opportunities than any one person could actually take advantage of themselves. So with that being said, if you are someone who tells themselves that there are no opportunities out there for you, you are the only one that is making that a reality for yourself. The true nature of this world, there is more than enough to go around. The nature of the universe is actually true abundance. The limits were placed here by humans and our society, everything that's kind of manifested around us. So sometimes when you're playing the game, you might feel stuck and you might not see all the options you have, but promise, you have more than enough options. You have more options than you can even take action on. Like, no joke. If you were to take action on every opportunity you had presented to you in your life, you still would have missed like 100 times the opportunities that you took, just based on the fact that you were busy taking those opportunities. And there's so many more still out there. So once you realize how many opportunities there are, that's the first step to opening your mind. And once you've realized there's a whole world outside of your mind, you've just taken the first step. Second step, as far as becoming more receptive and actually open-minded, is to look at the things that are inside your mind already. And a lot of the things like thoughts or belief systems or ideas or anything we carry inside of our mind, a lot of times these thoughts or ideas or beliefs have been there for a long time and they've been validated by our experience. So a lot of times it's not necessary to remove everything inside of our mind, but it's the most important to learn how to be able to detach from your thoughts and your beliefs and your emotions and your ideas. And the reason I say this is because once you're detached from these ideas and your emotions, you aren't clinging on to them, and then suddenly, like, you can actually let them slide out, you can let other ones slide in. But the fact of the matter is, if you have, like, let's say your mind is like a box and you have the lid, like, and you're pulling it down over your head and you're not going to let the lid up, like, you are closed-minded for sure and there are no ideas getting in, I promise. Like, you're going to have to break through the lid before you get them in. But you know, as long as you aren't clinging onto that and you just have, like, no judgments on your own ideas, you can start to receive ideas from other places. They can be your friends' ideas, they can be other ideas that you might have based on your new open mind and the opportunities you're looking at. But once you look at those new ideas or those opportunities, you can look at them without judgment as well and just observe them, and you can think, like, is this a good idea? Is this a bad idea? Or is this going to bring me benefits, or is this going to harm me? And then once you've found things that you think are going to work, you can start to bring them into your experience, and then that just became something much more positive. You know, you were able to integrate that and grab that new opportunity. Maybe you got a new job or a new promotion, or you found something that serves your needs, suits your purpose, and suddenly that problem isn't really affecting you anymore, just because you were able to, first of all, open your mind to the opportunities, and then second of all, allow yourself to detach from the previous paradigms which held you right where you were. And then once you've done that, it's really that's really just the whole process as far as accepting new ideas. And all well and good, but it's really important, I think, to understand the people around you and to kind of not necessarily take an inventory, but to be aware of the openness of other people's minds. And I know everybody has experience with this because I have as well. I have so much experience with this, so I guarantee you guys have as well. But do you know certain people in your life and where you just want to share, like, good news, let's say, as like an example, or maybe you have opportunity that presented itself or something you want to start devoting your time and energy into, and this person around you could be like a friend or your boss or like your mom or dad or somebody like that, but you are so excited about this new thing that is going to be great for you, and you just can't wait to tell them because you're just so excited, so happy. You've got so much joy spilling out that you just want to share with somebody. And you're like, hey man, I'm thinking about getting a job here, or whatever. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's just example. I'm thinking about getting a job down the street at this store. And they're like, dude, that store sucks, I heard that I heard their employees don't get paid anything, like I had a friend and hated it, etc., etc. You won't make any money there, etc., etc. Like a million different negative things before anything positive, just because that idea bounced right off the closed head, Kind of sucks. It really does. And like, it's exhausting once you share your happy energy and like your opportunities and your faith and your joy with other people, to have it like squandered. It's really, really, really unfortunate. So it's important to realize who in your life has an open mind and who has a closed mind. And once you've opened your own mind and you've started to notice all these opportunities and different blessings and different things you can capitalize on, it's in your best interest to take these awesome things and slide them over to people, because I know that you're most likely going to want to share. You're going to slide these over to people who nurture your ideas, and you're going to slide these over to people who care about you and have your best interest in mind, and people who are ultimately open-minded as well, and people who aren't going to squander your ideas instantly just because it can't fit inside of their heads. Realistically, you shouldn't use this as discouragement whenever somebody squanders your ideas. I don't know where I read this, because this is a pretty common, I wouldn't say common, but this has been passed around quite a little bit, but big ideas scare small minds. So if somebody thinks that your idea is not valid, or it's scary, or it's not going to work, or it's unrealistic, or something like that, don't take it as an insult. If anything, politely and quietly take it as a compliment, because your ideas, the big ones, the scary ones, the frightening ones, all of the big ideas have led to the biggest changes in the world, and it takes people with big minds to make big changes. So realize that, and just start to look at all the opportunities that you have available to you, and then start to share them with people who want to build with you, like Legos, or like Minecraft or something. Like, build together, don't share your opportunities with people who want to squander them or don't believe in you, because ultimately that is going to cause more friction and slow you down, and you're going to get more stuckness out of that. So you don't want that, I promise. So I hope you learned something valuable about open-mindedness today in this video. Before I sign off, I want to give a quick update on the website. So not much has changed. The Scorpio sale is still active and on. If you want to save 25% on your whole entire order, anything on the store, just check out, hit the link description, go to the website, check out, type in Scorpio at checkout, you'll save 25%. And apart from that, today is a kind of really good day productivity-wise, because the order tracking on MetaGifts just got fixed, finally. Took a while, so I apologize if anybody experienced any inconvenience due to not being able to track their orders or anything like that. But now on the website you should be able to track it on the home page, and once you order you'll get tracking numbers in your email as well. That should all be operational. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something valuable about open-mindedness that you can apply into your life. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, just so other people can see this as well. Maybe hit the subscribe button if you wanted to be notified about the next video. And if you found something really interesting, or maybe you just want to add to the discussion, please feel free to comment, and we can keep this discussion going multiple ways if you guys would like. So thanks again. I love and appreciate you. Stay tuned, because we're going to be back with more content in the Spiritual Ascension series. Stay tuned.